Hit on the bell icon to get more and more videos on Konica Minolta service support and troubleshooting and any online support on the same. So, as you all know, it's a very difficult job on the field to replace the fusing belt on the Konica Minolta C6100 machines. And if you are the customer, if you are not trained on this product, I suggest it's not recommended for you to replace the fusing belt on these models, especially reason why this is very thin line there going for the on the wrong way, and you may lose your entire fusing belt because we have the steering mechanism here, and that steering mechanism you need to seat it properly. If not, the fusing belt will move forward or backward, and that may cause for 3501 3502 fault codes. And if there's error coming for continuously, the fusing belt will move for one end and it will make got tear. So it's better uh, be if you are doing the first time, and if you are the customer, I suggest you please go through very clearly and follow the instructions one by one and do the needful. And before you are taking deassembling the machine, the fusing belt, I can suggest you to please take some pictures of the fusing, what you are removing and how these are in the original positions. So I can suggest you to please take them pictures, and while keeping it back, make the fusing belt center and check the steering mechanism activator, which is the one which is the vital role on this fusing belt, the steering mechanism. So keep that one is good in position. If that one kept any wrong position, that may cause for the damage. So I just want you to give a small precautionary actions that I don't want the damage of fusing belt. So I hope all you know that how to remove the fusing belt out from the machine. And before that, I just want you to give you a brief on what are all the parts we can go where we require to replace this fusing belt. And I'll just want to give you what are the life of those. The heating roller assembly, the first one is the 21 lakhs is the life for this one, which means if you are replacing the second time fusing belt, so you need to replace the heating roller. If you are replacing the first time on the machine, then it's not required. The second one is the fusing belt, which is the 10 lakh 50,000, and the upper pressure roller also is the 10 lakh 50,000. If the upper pressure roller life beyond like 10 lakh 50,000, it's going near 11 lakh or 12 lakhs, then it may got that there may be a chance that it may broken and cause for the fusing belt damage. Then I suggest you to, if it is reaching the 10 lakh 50,000, just replace the fusing upper pressure roller also, along with that insulating sleeves and bearings altogether, like heating roller as well as the upper pressure roller. They would both have the heating, the bearings and sleeves, so it's better to replace all together. And this one of the fusing inlet roller assembly. This is one of the very, even though if you are replacing the fusing belt in the premature like 5 lakhs or 4 lakhs, still you can it's better to or recommended to replace the fusing inlet roller assembly along with the fusing belt. Also, the fusing belt temperature sensor front, which is the contact sensor for the fusing belt, and that may touching the fusing belt. And if you are not replaced, if that that sensor have any small issues, and that may scratch the fusing belt and it may cause for the peel off. So I can suggest you to replace the fusing belt temperature sensor also. Also, there is the fusing roller assembly, which is the lower roller assembly. This will come along with the like the sleeves, bearing, and all together come in the single part. So you can replace this part along with that fusing belt if you required. And these are the parts which are mandatory to replace on the fusing belt on the after life achieved. The fusing inlet roller assembly and fusing belt all together you have to replace. And the heating roller assembly is the 21 lakhs life. The rest all will be the 10 lakh 50,000. I hope all you people know how to remove this fusing belt, fusing unit out from the machine. So if you see, this is the screw which we need to remove it out. Remove. Then this is the blue color one. You can take, you can remove it out. Like it will come a little bit out. So then you can unlock this latch and keep down this lever and pull the AD unit out. So when the AD unit is out, the fusing belt assembly hold with the both hands. See here we need to hold one side and other side you need to hold on the same other side also, like same like this blue match will be there. Hold it and slide towards your right hand side, little bit right hand, which means towards outside of the machine, little bit slide it, then you can pull it up. This fusing belt around 36 kilos, it's very difficult to handle by one person, but if you have any other one nearby, then I suggest you to get the help of those people and hold it properly and remove it out, don't fall it down. See, this is how the fusing belt will be. So this is where you can see, this is the front side and this is the rear side of the, and here you can one guy can keep their hand under this here and one guy can keep their hand under here and he can pull out the, he can take out the fusing belt out. So this is how the fusing unit totally which are taken out, and it's very heavy, and don't please be careful whenever you are replacing with single handed, and that may, you may cause for damage of your back or may get the back pain of the when you are lifting the single handed, and which is one of the very toughest thing on the field to replace it, as I told earlier also. I'm just telling once more. And there are, well, like on the fusing upper roller we have the three lamps, uh, two are the double lamps and one is the single lamps, and while taking out and fixing it back also be careful on replacing. So please, even if you are replacing the, while replacing the fusing belt, you need to keep those things out, and please make sure you are keeping in the right position, and while keeping inside and keeping outside, please be make sure not damage those. If you damage those again, and that may cause for you the machine down case again for you, until you get the fusing lamps, until unless you get the fusing lamps, machine will not come ready. So these are the things which we need to be more careful on this fusing belt replacement. So I can tell you now how to replace the fusing belt assembly once you remove this fusing unit out. Please be careful and do it step by step and follow the video. And if you are not subscribed, please do subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get more and more videos. Thank you. And please follow this next session, which is I'm opening now. To remove the fusing belt, we need to take out this top cover, which is on the top. And I was accidentally remove the other screws. Now I need to remove those two, and you need to remove the other ones which I was showing you now. See, this is the one which you need to remove. This is the one screw. On the right side, we have one more screw here on that hand. Yeah, it's already removed this one. This is the one more screw which you need to remove. Then on the down also, we may have the screws. In this machine, we don't have, so it's not. And this knob also we can take out. And on the down, we have one more hole, right? So on that one also, we need to remove one more screw. And that plate also will come, that the cover also will come out. Now on the in this side, see, this is like entrance of the fusee, that you need to remove that screw and this screw, two screws, and this to place remove that plate, you need to remove these two screws. So there are four screws. If you remove, then those two, that silver plate and that one also come. Also you need to remove, this is the steering activator which I told earlier. To remove the steering activator, you need to remove these black color screws for there, right? Let's see, one, two, these two screws you need to remove. Okay, and no need to remove that sensors there, and only we need to remove the screws only, then we can take out that activator. This is the steering activator which we can take it out. And this is the one which is taking care of the belt steering mechanism, which means like it may not go, belt will be on the center, it may not go on any edges. If it is going on edges, it may give the, this is, see this, there one cut mark is there, so that may cause for fusing belt damage, or that may cause for the fusing belt is not centering, or may go on one side and give the fault codes like 3502 or 3503, 3501, and it may cause for the fusing belt damage. So now again you need to remove these two screws to take out the fusing belt, to open up the fusing belt. So it have small spacer kind of thing, and this is the one which is for the supporting. Now it's came out. So fusing belt we are open like this. The upper one we are open now. So now we need to remove these two screws to take out that yellow and black shade paper plate. After removing these screws, you can take that one out. Yeah, one more is there in the right side. Yes. So now we are taking it out. So now we can take out this aluminum plate. See, that is the screws which I was pointing there, and this side also one more there. There's two. You remove, that plate will come out. So then after we need to take out the springs. So if the machine is working now, like just now we are taken out, it may be a little bit hotter. So you just use the cloth to take it out, and don't take at the same time on the one side. Remove one side one spring, and other side other spring. Again remove one side one spring, other side other spring. That is the better one, or else it may cause damage for the fusing belt. So after removing these springs, and then you need to take out the plate which is fixing that springs. So there are two screws are there, one and two, and those two screws you need to remove to take out this plate. Little bit, this one is the downside, some mechanism will be there. It will be hot also. The see, take towards the opposite direction of yours, which you are sitting like me, then take the opposite direction of mine. Then there are the three connectors for the lamps, which is coming for that one, and you can take out these three connects this side and three connectors that side. And while you are fixing this back, please make sure which one connector is removed from where, or you may have some idea. A little bit you can fix the same screws. One is the single connector, two are the double connectors. You can replace. We can keep it anywhere on this one because we are only giving the supply. But still, I can suggest you to take out one picture where you are taking which connector and connect the same again. So now we are already taken that connectors. Now again, these are the stopping plates for the fusing belt. So you can remove one screw here and that will come down, and one more on the other side, that also you can take this one out. And that plate will not come out, it will be stick there only, the other one will be fixed there. So just you can remove one screw and it will release the lock. And there one more we need to remove now with the inlet roller assembly. These are two screws again we have. Just make sure you can remove that screws only. This is one, and other side is this is the one. These two we need to remove. Then that roller is there, right? So I'll just show you now. This roller, there we have the C clip, like the mechanical small clip is there. So that you need to remove with your aligner and make sure that it's not fall down anywhere inside the machine, that may cause for you again. So this is what the C clip which I'm showing there. So you need to remove on the both ends. The C clip you need to take it out. So this is what the aligner, like the small minus, which you can use, and you can little bit take it carefully by hand on the both ends. Now you can take out that feeding belt assembly, or you can take out this inlet roller from here also. I was just taking it out, and make sure that while you are removing out, don't damage the belt, or don't damage that inlet roller. That may get scratched, and that may cause for the fusing belt damage if you are using the same one, if you are not using the new one. If you are using the new one while installing, make sure that was not damaged. Any small scratch may damage the belt. And see, now you need to hold the fusing belt. It was a little bit hold stop, so you need to hold the down frame, not the upper frame. Hold like this, and you can take out towards outside. See, first you need to take out little bit towards opposite direction, and you can keep it in some place where you want to have the good place. While you are removing this one also, make sure you have the good space and take out the fusing, entire the fusing belt assembly. This is the belt assembly, so you can keep it out. Yes. So now you need to remove on the side. We have one the fusing lamps were there, right? That lamps have the stopper plates, that locking tapes we need to remove. And these are the clips for the fusing belt. And make sure you are keep while you are keeping back, make sure exactly as how it is in the same. You need to fix it back. If you are fix that screw in the reverse direction, that also may cause for the problem, and it will not sit in the machine properly while you are fixing back on the fusing belt assembly and the fusing unit. So make sure you are removing and fixing the same that see the blue color clips on the same direction. If the direction change, that may cause for the other issues. So after removing this one, this is the plates we can take out to remove the that fusing lamps. I hope you can able to see which screw I'm able to I'm removing. So that's please follow the same and remove the same screws. And while taking out this plate also, please make sure it's the fusing belt, the lamps got damaged. If it any small mishandling on this place, that the fusing lamp will broken, and that may cause you to get the new lamps. My cameraman is not that much good. I'm really sorry for that. There are three holes for there. Those, on those holes, those were sitting. So make sure that's removing those properly. And this is the one which I am removed now. This is for the grounding plate that you need to be. It will be there. If you don't have that plate, that may cause for you for the like 90 GSM paper jamming issues most of the time. So make sure you are fixing that properly. Other screw was a little bit stuck here and it's not coming. So just trying to take it out. Yeah, this is the plate which I'm telling, right? So that is sitting over there on position. If that is what not there, that may cause for the paper jammings. So make sure you have this one installed properly. See, this is how we can take out this fusing lamps from the wiring. Now we can take out these lamps and adjusting the wirings on the other end very carefully, not to damage the lamps. See, these are the three lamps I'm taking out at a time once. And if you want to take one by one, you can try the same. But I'm normally take out the three at once, and I can. That's the reason I was just taking it out. Please make sure you don't broke those lamps while you're taking it out. That is what the main criteria for us to make the machine up. And these are the lamps, three. While after you're taking now up until you replace the belts, keep it on the safe place. Don't damage anywhere. Any place, anywhere place, those nobody is not accessing, then you can keep it on this place. And then you can just rotate the fusing belt a bit, and you can take out the this bearings and everything to access that. Remove that fusing belt out. So this is the one screw, you can take it out one side, and other side you need to take this screw. These two screws you can take it. Now see, these are opening. So this is the one frame which is taken out, and this is the one more frame which is taken out. So you can just keep it in the same direction. That may, if you are while fixing it back, you can use it on the same place. If you are changing that one on the keeping on not in the same direction, that may cause you for any again. And this is the heating roller, which I told it 21 lakhs is the life. And while taking it out also, please be careful. Don't damage this roller, or that if you have small line on this bell, this roller also may cause the damage. And this is the upper pressure roller which I was taking you. So this is the roller which I'm taken out. And to remove that bearings, and we need the circle player, which is the one I'm taking. This is the circle player, and you can hold like this and take this for now. Yes. So this is what the one of the important one which we need to be have on the machine while you're replacing the fusing belt. If you don't have this tool, you cannot replace the fusing belt on this machine. There are two over there on the one side, and one is for the bearing and one is for the gear, which is one inside and outside. See again, again here also we have the two. If you can see here, you have the round C clips, which are modified ones. If you have these things, this may not damage the belt. Other some of the time, those are giving some issues. The older ones, which is coming along with the machines, and these are the good ones, which the Konica Minolta introduced recently. I'm just trying to take out this insulating sleeve, and which these are all I'm replacing now, so I'm replacing a little bit harder. If you want to use the same, please make sure don't damage those things. And these are the gates and C clips which we not to which we want to use it on the other roller, so I was taking it out. Yes, those are the this machine is previously is working till they were opening, so these are all things are very hot, and so please handle carefully if they are hot. And this is the new roller which I want to replace now, and this is the one which is coming this see the direction of this roller is very important. So the gears on which direction, and which gear is going on which side. If you are fix it on the reverse direction, that will not fix it on the belt assembly will not fix on the machine again, and that will give you so much problem. So while replacing this one, make sure the parts which you have replaced, keep it on the same direction and the same place, like on the same only the bearings and sleeves also, which there on the left side, when one will keep on the left side, and the right side one you can keep it on the right side. That may give you the more easiest way to install it back. So just I'm fixing back the gears and the sleeves. That cut mark we need to align along with this bearing. Then only that gear will be fixed, and that should not be installed in the opposite direction. That may cause you. And if you see this is coming outside, this color is coming outside of the bearing. So the same how it was fixed previously, the same I was fixing it again back. So now this color, now we can see this one now, so this color is going inside. The bearing color is going inside of the towards the roller side. The so these are the main things. Like if you are replaced this one, if you have kept it in the reverse direction, is that you can give in the on the while you are fixing it back, it will give you the problem. Then again you need to take it back. That is the reason I was just wanted you to tell that please take one picture of the parts which you are deassembling. While you are assembling, if you have any doubt, then you can use the same picture and you can keep it at the same direction. Or if you have the part manual, again you can open that part manual and you can see the bearing is on which direction, or in that sleeve color is in which direction. Never install in the opposite direction. That will cause you the damage of the fusing belt or fusing unit. So I was just trying to fix that one on the same slot, that you need to keep it on the cut mark. Then only that will they will stop there, or else the sleeve will go inside, and the shaft will be sitting on the bearing. The shaft will be sitting on the machine base, and that may cause for the issues. See here again, the bearing color towards the roller side. And then on the top of, we have one more cut mark there, and I'm fixing the C clip here there again. And these sleek clips are the modified ones. The old ones will come a little bit different, and but these are the very effective ones. It may not allow the bearing to come out. The older ones are allowing us to come out, and that is causing for the fusing belt damage. If you have these C clips, and I can suggest you to use the same. And this is the roller, the upper pressure roller, which I'm using a new one. And this is the belt which I'm unpacking now. And make sure don't damage the fusing belt while you are unpacking it. And if you see on the belt while you're taking out the new belt, so don't take out this, remove these bubbles and all, but just from one side, just see one direction. There is one mark will be there. See here, I'm seeing. So if you can see on the both the directions, this is the mark. See, you're able to see the mark, right? So this will come on the sensor side. So this is one of the important thing. Again, you need to be careful. That sensor will come on that gear side. So that cut mark. See, this is what the sensor there. This is the sensor which I told you previously. This contact sensor. So that is touching that mark. That sensor should be on the belt to have the mark, right? The same area that belt should be installed. If you install in the reverse direction, again that may cause for you the problems. So it's better while you're installing the fusing belt, while you're in the new time, make sure that the sensor mark should come on the gear direction, gear side, and that will be good. And this is the fusing that roller, the heating roller. In this heating roller only we have that lamps. Make sure it should not fall down. If it is fall down any small, that may cause for you that may damage. Any small line or small dot on this heating roller may cause for the fusing belt damage. So I can suggest you, please make sure don't damage anything while you're fixing it back or while you're removing. Make sure keeping it very carefully. It should not be damaged. Any small dot may cause for the fusing belt damage. Again, see the sleeves how we need to fix, and make sure which sleeve you are fixing on the same side. Like these sleeves are a little bit different. Will come the black color ones, and the previous one will come a little bit different ones. After the sleeve, these bearings also will be little look like very different, little bit bigger ones. These bearings. And see again this bearing collar is coming towards the belt direction, and this is the one which is the grounding plate. Previously I told, right, the 90 gsm paper will get jam. That plate is touching to this grounding plate. So the excess voltage on this paper will be transferred to the fuser or the roller, and that will be grounded with these plates. If these plates are not installed properly, and that may cause for you the paper jamming. And if you are not installing this plate, and if you are installing the previous one, that small plate, that may cause for the fusing belt damage again. Make sure you are install both at correct position and correct direction. So this plate will come again the opposite direction of the gear. That also be important. So if you are keeping on the this direction, that will not help you. So that is the reason I was just telling you once again. Please make sure keep the parts, the left side parts will be left side and right side part will be right side, and take the pictures. And while installing the back, please make sure which are all installed in the correct direction. If you have any small mistake, again you need to open all this again and you need to fix it back. That is the main thing, main one, and which is very difficult. As you know, this may take around 1 hour time for to fix the fusing belt. If you have done small mistake like this, bearing is kept in the other direction, and the sensor, the belt direction is changed. So you are kept in the belt in the other direction. So you need to take out the entire fusing belt again and you need to fix it back. So make sure that you are keeping it on the right direction at the time while you are fixing it only. Sure, okay, I'm did this correct. If you are not did any small doubt, you can refer our pictures back, or you can refer this video back again and see either in the same direction only or not. If any direction is changed, please make sure it's fixing properly. Then now I'm assembling these parts again. The frames I'm assembling. See now previously I kept it on the tilted this one. Now I kick him back again to fix that fusing lamps. While you are keeping these fusing lamps, And this is the inlet roller. This you can keep it while installing the machine, but it is very easier now if you're keeping now here. Again, this is the painting which is coming here, right? That should come rear side, that should come the front side of the machine. This painting on the fusing inlet roller, we have the painting that will come, and most of the people will use this inlet roller after fixing the fusing belt inside the machine. But I can suggest you can keep it from here only. It's very easy, and you can do it very easily. If it's inside the machine, that may cause any small scratch on this fusing inlet roller, that may cause you the fusing belt damage again. A little bit loosen that one, little bit tight it up, lift it up, and you can keep it like this. Yes, that will be stay there. Once you fix that one, then we can keep the C clips. Now we are keeping the lamps. And see the lamps also how you are taking it out, and this is the same direction you need to keep that one back. And this time I was keeping one by one. You should not keep all together one, that may any small damage will broken this lamps. So I was keeping one by one. Again, this while you are fixing these lamps, have the small cut marks on the lamps. So those cut marks we need to align with the plate, which we have the plate, right? Only one side only we have that cut marks. We need to align with that plate cut marks. While you are removing or fixing, just make sure small cut marks will be there. Those cut marks are aligning with the on the plate also cut marks, like those opposite direction that cut marks should come. Please make sure while you're fixing it, while you're keeping it inside it, and you can keep the same, like, or else inside the roller again we need to tilt that fusing lamps again. If we not did it in correct direction, then again we need to do it there. We have also very less space over there to we need to accommodate three lamps over there, and we need to fix it very carefully here. Any small deviation or any small issue, then that may cause you the fusing entire this one damage. See, this is what the lamps here. So one will come on the upper side and one will come on the downside. So like this only we need to keep. So that's the reason, see, I was tilting over there. So you sure while you are keeping here only, so make sure you are keeping on the same direction. That may not that's not required you to again. See here I'm tilting it, tilting that lamps inside. That may cause you again the damage. So better please check the frames before only, and keep the that lamps on which direction you want. The lamp have the small cut mark, and this frame has a small cut mark. Those two we need to be aligned. See here, I kept it like this, one on the one another. This is the cut mark is there, and that will go inside that frame. See, the last lamp, they don't have any cut marks, the only round lamp only. But keeping this one also very difficult. Already we have kept the two lamps, and third lamp we are keeping, and this is the main will damage very easily. Very small, like if it is LED is going on the cross, and that may get damaged. So make sure take it properly. And this wire is came here, and you can take out the wire slowly, and then you can pull it out. See, now we need to keep this lamps and one by one carefully. See, one is in the top and one in the bottom, and other one in the side. This single one is in the side. So once it was fixed, then we can fix it on one side and seat the lamps. And after seating the lamps, we can carefully seat on the other side. See, those lamps have that small, this one, right? Those should be come and sit on here. If they are not sitting properly, and that will touch onto the fusing, that heating roller, and that may cause you the damage of the belt. And make sure you are keeping it properly. And I'm just fixing those things for first one. On the one side, I am fixing. And this is the 6100 machine, so there is no upper pressure don't have any sensor. But if it is a 1100 machine or 1085 machine, and that may have the upper pressure roller also, that the sponge roller, red color roller also have one sensor which is touching on the left side of the machine. So make sure that also cleaned properly. And see, this is the other side. I am just fixing those lamps. See, that is the cut mark which I told you, right? So that is the cut mark should be on the same alignment. If it in the reverse direction, now we cannot, the lamp should not fix. See, while fixing these lamps, that lamp should seat like this. If those are not seating, and if they are in the bit inside, that will touch onto the fusing lamp, the fusing roller, and that may damage the fusing lamp. So make sure those are all seated properly on all both the sides. The frame which we are seating now, that will hold the lamps in bit and say middle of the heating roller. If you are not fixed seated properly, and those will not get the we are not able to screw with the screw, we cannot able to lock those frames. And if they are not seated properly, and if you fix the machine, and that lamps will touch onto this heating roller, and that may cause damage of this heating that lamps, fusing lamps. And these are also getting the very high voltage, like 230 volts direct current, and that if any small damage on the fusing lamps or all that may cause you the electrical shock also on your machine, or the MCB also got tripped. So make sure you are fixing it properly and not damaging anything and not grounding anything. The lamp wire is already not grounding. Now both the sides we have to fix the lamps. And now we are keeping those blue color clips to routing this. And I'm already sure you, right, previously also told why the way you have removed the same direction you need to keep it. If you are keeping on the reverse direction, and that will not, that will cause you for the problem again. So what the problem is, like whenever you are seating those lamps, seating this fusing belt assembly on the fusing unit, that will not seat. Those, if you are fixing on the reverse direction, the excess space is required over there, and that will not sit on the machine, the fusing belt assembly. So we need to take it out and we need to fix it back again. So better you can keep the same direction. So those should come this direction. So I was just trying to keep those things. Only people think like this is very small, but this also will play the vital role. If you are not keeping this one, and as you told, right, I was this one, these wires are directly getting the AC current, and if any wire is getting grounded with the machine base, and that may cause you for the electric shock or any damage of the machine, of the board. So we need to be very careful while routing those things. So route it properly and keep the screws away properly. And these screws also will come a little bit different. And I already fixed that one, and I'm fixing on the other direction. And before you are fixing this, and this is the grounding plate which I told earlier, and this plate and that aluminum plate both should be contact one each other, and you need to be installed both at the same time. If you are installing only this plate, and if you are not installed this plate, see that is ground, this is touching and going and touching over there, right? So if you are installed only this plate, and if you don't have this plate, and that may cause you for damage. And see, these two are grounding, these two should be connected, and the excess voltage from the fusing heating roller is getting, that will be grounded for the grounded with this plate only. So now we almost fixed the fusing belt assembly, and now we are replacing the lower roller assembly. This is the fusing unit assembly, not the fusing belt assembly. This is the fusing unit again, and we need to remove these two screws. It's very, very easiest only. It's not no need to worry about more. There are four screws only we need to remove. Then you can take this one out. that black color plate also you can remove, it's better, or else you can take it out also. See, this is the new. Here, actually, we are not requested the entire roller assembly. We already requested only the lower roller. So I was replacing this bearings and gears altogether. This gear, we need to take it from the old roller and we can keep it back. But all the bearings and all will come along with the same part number which I was given on the initial. So you can use the same part number to get those. And these are the C clips, and those are also will come along with this new roller. If you have only the roller, and if you want to replace these bearings, and you can get these bearings and rollers and you can replace together. So this is one of the circuit player which I told, which is one of the important tool which you must have while you're replacing the fusing belt on any Konica Minolta machine. Not only the 6100, either the 1060 or 2060 or 3070 or 73 or 6000 or 650 on the old machines, all have the same the mechanism. Like we need to take out this that mechanical lock which is required, that one. And if you see, this is the contact sensor here. There are two non-contact sensors also there. So those are also, if required, we can replace. While you are fixing these mechanical screws, make sure they are sitting exactly on the cut mark. There is small like one cut mark will be there. You need to be sit over inside that cut mark only. If it is not seated properly, and that may cause while running, the C clip will come out, and then the roller will, the bearings and sleeves will be come out of the position, and that may cause you for the roller damage, that will be running on the frame. The fuser base frame will be damaged, the fusing roller will be damaged, and that may cause again automatically or indirectly it will go for the fusing steering mechanism will be disturbed, and that may cause the steering fusing belt damaged. Or one more, like the fixing will be not happen properly. One side the paper is fixing properly, another side may not fix it properly. These are all the problems will come. So while you are fixing it, while you are after removing, while fixing, make sure these mechanical clips you are keeping it properly on the right direction. And I already told right previously, while you are removing the belt also, the bearings and sleeves, the direction of the bearing and sleeve is very important. So those only will lock the fusing belt or fusing roller on the frame. If you are keeping on the reverse direction, so what will happen, instead of the locking will not happen, so the roller will move easily. So at one point the one direction will go down, and one direction it will go and it will fall down from the frame. So these will not affect directly on the same the first print, but it will affect of the 100 print or 28 print, and that may be cause for the damage of the fusing belt. In this model, like 6100 or 1100 or 6085 1085, we don't have any lower lamp on the fusing lower roller. But in 1060 or 6000 or any all the jagal machines, the degas machines, like small machines, all have the lower rollers. We have one lamp, and that is very difficult to take it out on the degas models like 73 or 3070 or 2060 or 1060. If you have that machine also, please be make sure to remove that lamp very carefully. And while you are fixing it back on that machine, make sure that the black color plate is there, right? That plate should not damage. And see, this is the locking. So there's those bearings will be sitting on this position. So while you are fixing it black, make sure that are seated properly. Then you can fix the screws, which are the one frame and two screws. Yes. And if it is seated properly, that's fine. And make sure that bearing is seated properly on that only that small space will be there for the bearings on the both the directions. The both the bearings should be sit on the that groove at the same time. That will lock that fusing lower roller. In the other direction also I was just fixing this frame and along with the two screws. And this is the plate which you have removed while you're removing the inlet roller. You told right like that the two three clips were removed right before that we removed two screws. This is the plate which is fixing but that one. The inlet roller also will sit on this one. So this downside we have the most of the wax, and that may cause this fusing belt that this plate is not sitting properly on the frame, and indirectly that will affect the fusing swing mechanism. On this machine we have the swing mechanism to not get the scratches on the belt, so this swing mechanism will be disturbed if it is not seated properly. That's the reason I was just filing with the knife that we're removing the wax. And the base of there also we have some that one, so make sure you can just take this one out very carefully. Here this is what the place that wax will be there, white color, see that is the one. So that may cause like that those frame is not sitting properly on this one, and that will cause for the fusing shifting issues like this fusing one side only fusing will go and shift, and that will give the fault codes, or sometimes fusing belt will shift and damage. And make sure while you are cleaning this one your hand is very careful if you are trying this. Also just don't damage that lower roller. Just normally we have replaced right. Now we're just fixing that one. I should have fixed that one first, right? See, while you are seating it properly, that bearing, see, that bearing should be go on the same position. If this video is not clear, while you are removing itself only, you just take the picture. That's the reason I was telling the from the starting, you take the pictures. Even you also have some very clear picture of how to fix this one and where to seat those. If these seated not properly, if you done any small damage will cause, and see that is the one which is come downside. Make sure that is coming that is coming properly. If you are that is not coming properly, and that may cause for the damage again. See, this is the that is the one will come this front. Yes, yeah, yes. Now see, those things are came out. On that plate, on that only we need to fix one screw. See, now we just fix this plate, and this plate also have the small cut that that one. See, these were these things. So those things you need to be seated properly. If not seated properly, that will not fix it on the machine. Then you can keep the screws. See, this one will go come under that one. That this yes, that cut mark should match like that. And this side also we have the same cut mark there, and we need to match that cut mark. Those things seated properly. And I can suggest while you are fixing it back, keep one white board like 300 GSM board downside of the frame. After fixing all those things, you can remove it out. I was not fixed it, and I didn't kept this time, but normal I used to keep one board which is not damaging our belt. Unlikely if you are a little bit hitting hard also, that may not damage the belt. And, that's recommended to keep one board. It's better for you to safeguard your belt. Now just routing this lamp connections, and I'm fixing the connections. Actually, in the field, what we do is we will match that 1 1 2 2 3 3, like we will keep the markings. So we'll keep it on the same place. Or else we can keep the one full line, which is matching exactly the same position. That's up to your wish. You can use whatever you want. You can fix this plate again, which you we need just with the rod. We just need to keep the two screws. But before that, we need to fix the springs. I forgot to fix the springs and I'm fixing this one. And these are the big screws will come, like not the small. The length is length and big screws will come. So you need to fix the same. If you are keeping the small screws, this will not, the rod should not be fixed. I can suggest before fixing this rod, you can use the springs. There are four springs for there, right, which you removed in the initially. You can fix those springs and then we can go for this. And also this inlet roller is there, right? Inlet roller, we have the plate which we are not just now clean that wax. That also you can fix it before fixing these things. Because after fixing these things, what will happen? This belt will become tighter. So I'm not fixed that one also. We need to fix it. Maybe I need to remove it back. See, while I'm fixing this one also, I'm just keeping one side, first one side, the other one is the other side. And while you're keeping this one, the spring, make sure don't damage the belt. So that is the very down of that spring only we have the belt, right? So don't damage the belt. See, now I remember now. I'm picking that plate. And while you are fixing the plate also, make sure to fix on the same screw. And here also, these screws mostly is under very high heat, so they will get melted. So use that same screw, the nut runner head screw only, like M4 screws, these things. Don't use the round head screws. If you use the round head screws and if those got melted and while you're taking it out, that time it may not come and that will give very difficult for you to take out this one. So if it is this nut runner screws and if this because of this heat, if it is melted also or with the screw slipped also, we can use that nut runner to remove it out. So these places most of the time while you're fixing inside the fusing belt, use all the M4 screws. These the nut runner heads only. And see now I was just trying to fix that inlet roller. See now again, if you can see on the top, I'll remove that fusing that springs. I just came to know later only. Okay, we need to take out. Then only we can able to fix, or else we cannot fix. So make sure while you are fixing, please fix this plate and inlet roller first. Then you can fix those plates on the top. Then you can keep the springs. That also a little bit difficult for you also. You need to be match on the both directions. That both directions there should be those the cut mark will be there. Small cut mark will be there like D cut. So those D cut exactly it will be seated on the same position. Then after you can keep the C clips. That's keeping the C clips also a little bit difficult. So make sure you are keeping it properly. See, actually, I fixed it properly previously, right? But I was unable to fix this inlet roller on the D cut, so I removed those screws again, and kept that inlet roller inside that plate, and then I fixing the screws again. So this is how only you need to keep. First, you need to keep that plate inside the D cut, that inlet roller. Then you can fix the screws. Then you can keep the that C clips. Or before fixing the screws, also you can keep the C clips. We cannot keep this nose player over there, so you can use this minus or the screwdriver only to fix the C clips. This is one which you need to do practice more and more, and you need to try more and more. While you are fixing it first time, you need to be do very carefully, or else it may not. We you cannot do it in the same time. So we like this while taking out this screw, it's very easy, like looking like a easy thing only, but once you, while you are fixing it, so it may give so many things. Practically while you are doing is will give. So then I fix the screws also, that's springs also back again, and all those things were got fixed there. So now these two stoppers were there, right? We have removed to take out the fusing belt assembly. So I just fixing those screws too. Here also one black color plate will come that you can fix it there all, or you can fix it here also. After taking out also you can fix. So now I was just taking out this white plate, and this is the see the left side we have the mark, right? This is the mark which is contacting with uh, the temperature sensor. See, this is the what the temperature sensor over there which is touching onto the belt, and this is going on there, and that we can replace from here. If you want to replace, this is the white wiring is there, right? That we need to replace. And to fix this one, those are the stoppers will come. Those stoppers you can fix, and they can fix with the screws. And this also we have the big screws, the round headed big screws will come, and make sure you use the same screws, don't use the smaller ones. And while we are fixing this one, don't make sure don't have any gap. If you have any small gap, and that may cause for you the problem again, don't have any gap. Please make sure while you are replacing the fusing belt, and make sure you can replace the transfer that temperature sensor also, and also like bearings and sleeves also it is mandatory to replace. And you see, this is the steering activator. The steering activator, I kept it back. I didn't see that one. The steering activator, previously we removed the two screws right here. So while you are keeping it back, make sure you keep it properly. Don't That you need to be like that. The steering activator which is there, that should touch, that should outside the belt, that should not hitting the belt, that should be exactly edge of the belt. So when the belt is moving this side, the activator will automatically activate these three sensors, and those will taken care of the steering centering, like the fusing is centering or not. If the fusing, while you're fixing back also, you need to be make sure the fusing belt is center on the both the sides, and you can keep that one. And that activator, you should, there should be edge of that belt. We are not able to see from here. I was just trying to keep some angles, but we didn't find any angle to able to see that one angle. But that should be on the edge of the belt. And this is the one plate which is the paper is touching over there. So before the fusing paper is touching over there, so most of the time it will become more dirty. So you can use the thinner to clean it properly. So these are the two screws you can fix. On the left side also the two plastic plates were there, right? In the first we have removed. Those also are fixed there. The steering activator is very the thing one that we need to be very careful. And this is the top plate which you have removed before the springs. We have removed that one, right? So this is the plate. Then they have the four screws, and you can fix those four screws also. So after this one, we can keep the top plate, and we can keep the right side plate also. Somewhere we got missed that the steering, the activator fixing only. So while you are keeping it black, keeping it back, make sure keep it properly. Don't just we have removed two screws, and the spring will be there. The spring just you need to adjust, and you need to keep inside. And that activator should be exactly the edge of the fusing belt. That should not hit and that should not anywhere somewhere else. It should be edge of the fusing belt, and the fusing belt should be center. If it is not center, again you will get the fault code like 3501 or 3502. You will get. And make sure like if you are getting 3501 or 3502 while you are installing the fusing belt or after installing the fusing while in the machines, while you are using the machine, if the fusing belt is not center, then we may get these fault code 3501 or 3502, and those are the very difficult errors. If that error once came, if you power off and power on the machine, the second time also will get the same. At that time the fusing belt may go on one direction, and that may cause for the fusing belt damage. So fusing belt may be teared, so one side of the fusing belt may be teared. So once you get this 3501, don't power off and power on the machine. See, this is how we can take out this the initial I told, right, how to take out the fusing belt. You can take out like this one, I can hold, and you can keep it on this one. Yeah, now you just little bit slide towards the end, then you can fix that blue color plate. Yes. So I was telling like, right, so while you are fixing this fusing belt, if you are getting this fault code like 3501 or 35